Do you want to know the 2 months that have holidays in them, and it's the most stressful time of the year? It seems like people forget gratitude, manners, politeness. Manners and politeness is the same thing. They go hand in hand. They forget, it seems like they forget how to just be kindness. And these 2 months should demonstrate gratitude, thankfulness, family, but instead it's selfishness and me, and I, and mine. Sprinkle with decoration, festiveness, and gossip, and embarrassing others disguised as being funny or joking around. These 2 months and holidays are November, which is Thanksgiving, in the month of November, Thanksgiving, and also you get Black Friday right along with it in November. And in December, Christmas. Okay, you got the day before, or the week of, or the day after Christmas. These 2 months and the holidays are the most stressful months and holidays. Why so? Why? What you may ask is because in November, it's like I have to invite this person over, I have to invite that person over. This person can't sit next to that person, and that person can't sit next to this person. No one is chipping in on buying what to cook, or I have to cook all this stuff, or I have to travel so far just to see someone I'm not too fond of, even though they're related to me. Now, that right there, that little bit, that is unnecessary stress. For one, shouldn't you be glad to see your family members? And you shouldn't dislike your family members so much that you dread of seeing them face to face. Because if that's the case, you should have patched it up with that person way before the holidays even come around. You should have already made peace, discussed the grievances, and buried the hatchet. So by the time the holidays rolls around, then the memories will be better. You'll have really wholesome memories. Okay. Now, or addition to, it's the driving part. You don't want to drive that far. It should be it should be fun. Driving a distance just to see people just to see your family members that you haven't seen in a while. And it gives you a chance to catch up and talk about the joys and maybe a little bit of troubles. It's not the time to just dump the troubles, right? And bring up hurt from the past. It's the time to be thankful that you got through those things and that you're in a better position because of it. And the hope that you have going forward. But no, it seems like this two holidays out the year, Thanksgiving particularly, is you're waiting all year until the day of, and you're at the table around more than 5 people. It's like 15, 20 people. And y'all wait until then to try to, you're calling yourself embarrassing that person that you had a disagreement or you have issues with. You wait until then to air it all out, not knowing that you're embarrassing yourself more than you're embarrassing that person. Sure, that person is embarrassed of the deed or whatever happened. But you wait until all the way then you want to air out your dirty laundry. Right? And their dirty laundry too. You want to air everything out in the open. Now, instead of Thanksgiving being a day of thankfulness and community and family, you made it into a day that you're not thankful for. And you turned that day into a regret. You turned it into drama. And then the fights and the arguments, start happen. Right? And segue to Black Friday. Oh, that turns into me, my. And it's like no courtesy. You don't have no courtesy for the next person. You didn't push someone out the way. You don't care if it's a 9-year-old or maybe a 5-year-old. You know how kids, they run around and then they, dart zigzagging. Some of y'all don't look down. Y'all would probably push that kid out the way. Or y'all would, you see the kid have their hand on the toy that they like. Some of y'all then snatched a couple of toys or an item from that kid's hand, or just when they was about to reach it, then you immediately picked it up, right? And then And then some of y'all fighting in parking lots, even, the females that are, pregnant, they try to fight. They want to hop out their car, right? And then from the other side, in some cases, females dragging people out of their cars, and no matter if the girl's pregnant or not, just dragged them out, just dragged her out anyway. Some of y'all seen this with your own eyes. Some of y'all was there. Some cases, others you seen it on the news. Okay. Now, whatever happened to it should be fun searching out the best deals and showing decency and cordial, being cordial. Now y'all done turned Thanksgiving and Black Friday into WWF. You turn it into a wrestling. Oh no, scratch that. Y'all made Black Friday into Hunger Games. That is what I could best describe it. Y'all turned it into Hunger Games. Matter of fact, y'all turned the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, into Hunger Games. Then you have people being super greedy. You want to make sure that one person don't get their favorite dish because you don't like them for some reason, because they said something to you that you didn't like, or you got in your feelings about. They told you about yourself, and now you holding a grudge. You've been holding a grudge Thanksgiving. You've been holding a grudge Christmas. Now, in Christmas, same scenarios, right? Except, so many of y'all be dissatisfied, and your kids or the young ones in the family are dissatisfied because they didn't get the exact pair of shoes or they didn't get the exact gift. What happened to it being fun, opening gifts, exchanging gifts, making it, being a surprise? Whatever you got, that was like the highlight. What happened to that? I'll give a smidget of what happened. The parents or the family members holding things over their kids' head. Oh, if you do this, you're going to get this for Christmas. I'm going to get you this for Christmas. Or if you do that, you're going to get that for Christmas. I'm not going to get it now. You're going to have to wait until Christmas. It's not a good idea to turn it into bargaining chips. You use the scenario as a bargaining chip, and you disguised it. Some of you are disguising it as reward. Okay, so they have to wait that long it's, say, like in the summertime, right? Say it's in July, and you say to your child, or no, I'll say, yeah, I'll keep that scenario. Yeah. So you say to your child, you do A, B, and C, clean your room, all this and that. You'll get this, I'll get you this on Christmas. Meanwhile, you don't even know if the item is going to be there, much less you don't know what's going to happen from day to day. So why would you say that far? Why would you, and then when the time comes, you searching for that item because you knew you was going to get that item and all of a sudden out of stock or discontinued. And then, so you say, okay, I'll get it just like it. I'll get something just like it or whatever. I'll get totally different. Then Christmas comes, he's excited. The closer it gets, your child is counting the days. And then on the day of, disappointment. Why? Of two things. One, you promised, and two, they waited all this, time, and you just built hope, you built that trust. So now the child is like, oh, and if you do that too many times, the child is not going to care. And that's the most saddest state, whether you do or you don't. And the times when you're able to come through, and this is not just with your children, but this is with anyone, you say you go and get a gift or do something for people, and then you don't too many times, and then it's like when you end up, what ends up happening is, okay, they might, appreciate you, but there's no excitement. It's like, I appreciate it, but, and it feels worse to a parent or to an aunt or to an uncle when your niece or nephew, little nephew, or your child just shrug their shoulders. And it's not because they're ungrateful. It's because you didn't promise too many holidays too many times, and it didn't happen. And so you're getting their hopes up enough. That's human nature. You do that to an animal. You do that to your dog. Y'all treat your animals, your dogs, your cats better than your own family members, better than your own niece and nephew, or better than your own son or daughter. Now you do that to an animal. They comprehend on a level, but not compared to humans. Now, if you do that to your dog, you do that long enough, that dog not gonna care. What's gonna happen to your family member, to your son or daughter as they get older? Now that part is stressful situations on the holidays, on Christmas, trying to get things that you promise, or trying to do, be extra. You want to go here, this event, you want to go there, that event. And then added to the stress, the shopping. You go to and fro. I must get that item. I have to have it. And instead of making it fun. It's supposed to be fun time of year to spend with your family and friends, because you are off work, and the ones that go to school, they're out of school, and it's a perfect time to reconnect. and in a much deeper way. Now, those that seen the movie Soul Food remember the drama, all that drama had happened on on Thanksgiving. All that drama. What was Big Mama trying to do? Big Mama was trying to get them together, get the family together. But especially that week before she ended up in a hospital, right? Everything, she was the glue of the family. But then when she went to the hospital and it was her last days, then that's when things were starting to fall apart. And so who was the one that reminded the family about that glue? And someone has to step up. A young person, a young boy, stepped up, got the message across. Even if it meant he had to lie. Now that's a shame. He sacrificed himself. He sacrificed his integrity to get the family together. And finally, they came to their senses. See, that's what it's about. Is don't wait until dramatic things like that happen. It's all about keeping the family together. Or why even celebrate the holidays if it's going to be the most stressful holiday of the year, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then that's why a lot of people don't celebrate it. It's just another day to them. Question, where has it gone? If you can relate to this video, give this video a thumbs up, share this video, and while you're at it, like, share, comment, and subscribe.